Hey, it's Jamie, and today we're rehashing 1 Samuel 14 to 15. I was struck today by King Saul's order to his army to bring the captured animals to a central location for butchering in order to ensure that the blood was drained from the animals before they were eaten. In particular, hopefully you're not eating right now. In particular, what struck me was his explanation for the order, which was that he did not want them to sin against God by eating meat with the blood still in it. This appears to be King Saul attempting to faithfully follow God's commands and to ensure that his men do the same. In fact, when we combine that with Saul seeking God's guidance as to whether or not he should continue pursuing the Philistines, I believe that Saul was indeed seeking to serve God faithfully here. He felt bad for what he did. However, we're all sinners, babe, even and especially our chosen government, and Saul's actions here also bear a resemblance to what he did after he defeated the Amalekites later in the passages today. Samuel instructed Saul that he should defeat the Amalekites and destroy all of them and all that they had. But instead, Saul had his army bring the best of their livestock back in order to hold this great celebration and sacrifice at Gilgal. Samuel's response to this, however, is one we should pay close attention to, I think. He says, "To obey is better than to sacrifice." I'm interested in your thoughts on that phrase. What does that mean to us today? To me, it means that perhaps we should be more focused on discipling with our fellow believers than how much is going in the offering plate. Does that make sense? Now, this brings me to Saul's other failure to keep the command which God gave him through Samuel. Saul kept the king of the Amalekites alive. I want to take notice that on several occasions the Old Testament tells us that Israel's king killed their enemy king, like the 5 kings in Numbers. In this case, Saul had all of the other Amalekites killed and spared the king by taking him captive. No explanation is given for Saul sparing the life of Agag, the king of the Amalekites, so we're left to draw our own conclusions. To me, the most likely explanation that makes sense is that King Saul felt like a kinship with King Agag, more so than he did with the people over whom he ruled. Thus, Saul spared King Agag out of a kind of a misplaced sense of kin or family, you know what I mean? This would be consistent with those in positions of power throughout history, really. They often demonstrate greater concern for the interests of the ruling class, both their own and their enemies, than for the interest of those who are theoretically responsible. It's not a political message, just something for you to reflect on before you scroll. Tomorrow we're diving into 1 Samuel 16 to 17 if you want to read ahead. I hope you have a blessed day. Please comment what you took if you read today's chapters, and don't forget to say your prayers.
This is the Bible in a Year theme song.